Yeah, so we're rolling. What was this contraption?
Yeah, let me go on. It's not necessarily a contraption, but it has some good memories here, so this is part of the story. Some props. This is Josh Ibbott, who was one of our first ever athletes to come on board in the R&D division. You can see here he's got effectively one of the first prototypes of the Aeropack Mini.
Like kind of race pack. It's essentially a dry bag with mesh nets on the side for food and things.
It was a big step on the journey. Found a few more. This is getting out of hand. So we know this guy, because this was a Aeropack cargo. Even though that came first in like 2020, had an opening at the rear and the front. This guy here, this is what became the Aeropack cargo. This is 2024, and this is Christoph Jukman, Hellenic, where he won it. And that is SpeedPack. Each of these images captures a moment in time for us as we were developing and refining our kind of thoughts on the products and what the demands of the racers wanted. It's like really fascinating to me anyway. So we have to go all the way back to 2017 London Bike Show, the very first Aeropack.
So at this point, saddle packs were like the most common thing to use. It was taking all the design inspiration from that, but then combining the saddle pack with the Tailfin arch.
I had an epiphany there that actually that product wasn't quite right for the market at that time. What was needed was something that was sort of radically different from a seat pack. Like effectively we created a new category of a product. It wasn't a rack, it wasn't a seat pack, it was this other thing.
So we kind of parked the rear opening one. I was always wanted to come back to it. And as we've moved on with the rest of the product lineup, it's allowed us to re-explore what we can do with the rear opening bag.
As you can see, in the minutes of climbing, so I need a light setup. SpeedPack, keep the weight down, about 250 grams. Then you can get out really high like this with less effort and check out the amazing views.
Liv worked closely with Molly and Theo down in the workshop to produce reams and reams of prototypes for the R&D division.
All of these R&D packs, they get pretty well used and they're being through a lot of tough conditions. So this gives us confidence that the design details are going to work in those environments.
All of these prototypes, we were constantly testing internal differences to get the right strength, the right flexibility, the right durability. Durability is actually the #1 thing for us.
This was one of the early packs where this top seam, we would use a zigzag stitch, which as you can see ends up snapping. Like all the threads have kind of broken as it flexes. So we changed the construction. Rather than having a zigzag over the top, it's just 2 small bar tacks. Just keeps that cord in place, but the whole pack can flex. That massively improves durability in this area.
There's like loads of things that we've learned throughout the last 5 or 6 years that made the development of this pack, once we actually got into it, quite quick, because we were pretty set on all the features that we wanted to include. On the bar bag, we learned a lot about adding additional accessory pockets and having this stretch mesh on the front that as soon as we did that, the feedback we got from all of our R&D team was they just absolutely loved like how adaptable this thing was. And then took that learning and then applied it to the SpeedPack. That's why it's got this stretch mesh over the top.
Nylon and spandex, 170D, which we place in this part of the bag to allow stretch in the pocket so you can really stuff it out, but it also adds some structure so that you don't end up getting big hamster cheeks as you stuff this pack out.
There we go, look, now I've loosened that drawstring, we're absolutely laughing. Beautiful.
Because I mean, yeah, this is like, yes, I love it.
Do you still want this stuff here?
I like the stuff, yeah. Mainly for trash, but also I like keeping jackets and that in there. Yeah. And if I have the option to not have anything in the pockets, it's just way nicer.
Yeah.
You know?
If I don't write this down, I'm the type of guy that will completely forget.
I'm also that type of guy.
It's such a pleasure to come back and take all you've learned from all these athletes, from all these adventurers, from all these customers, and feed that and sort of jam that information and knowledge into the product.
We've kind of taken a lot of that, like, kind of thinking time over the last 8 years of those products being almost the same, and taken a lot of that development and put that into this product. So like the adjustable front connector, something we've been thinking about for ages.
We can sort of have it all the way from there. If you really want it like there, that should shield your dropper pretty well.
So we went for a system with interchangeable links, and that sets the position of the front of the pack to how close it sits to the seat post. But not only can you change the distance, you can change the angle. Being able to define where that position sits really carefully is a huge win.
Mad.
And this has always been a challenge with everything we're doing, is the geometry of bikes changes radically. We want it to look and work seamlessly. That's the driving force. And so this new FitLink system, I think it's an amazing, I think it's a great creation. I really do, because we're going to use it on all our products in the future, and it opens up opportunities.
Well, that's the top. Highest point, just under 3,000. Now I'm going to put on my warm clothes, and hopefully next time you see me, I'll be shoving some pizza in my face.
I'm the dream.
Once it's fitted to the bike, genuinely, you forget it's there. You can position this one perfectly to exactly where it needs to be on the bike, so you're not going to get thigh rub, not going to get tire rub. It's not going to impact you in any way. So it's kind of a distraction-free product.
I think if you're traveling fast and light and you're aerodynamic, you just feel like you can do more, and you can be more places, you can see more, you can experience more. And I think a big, massive part of why we do what we do is about the experience. I want people to be looking up, eyes wide on the horizon, soaking in the journey. Very often, you'll only go to a place once in your life, especially if you're exploring and you like going to new places. And my opinion is you should be focused on that and not worried about your gear.